Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some XCOM 2, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our complete beginner's guide, and, well, let's just see where we are. We need to complete the Advent Officer Autopsy research to progress the story, and we need to research resistance communications, which is in progress. We're doing it. In the bottom right, you can see we have 3 days left. Now, if I click Expand Event Queue, you see that in 6 days, the Guerrilla Tactics School will be done. In 8 days, we'll get a supply drop. We are working on building this, and I believe, is anybody working on the business of carving out a new room? If I click on this, you can see, yep, my second engineer is working on the tactics school, so that's why that's going to take a while. Now let's go over to the armory. Here's all of our trophies. Let's click View Soldiers, and we do have several promotions that we received on that awesome mission. So our complete killer Elena.
Picking up some weird transmissions lately. It sounds a little like German, but it's hard to tell.
Alright then. Now we could give a weapon upgrade to her weapon, and what do we have available? Well, we have an increased aim. It gives her 5% extra accuracy, which isn't... I like it. So I'm just going to give her that. Give her some extra accuracy. We'll go back. And then we're going to promote soldier.
Resistance factions take a more flexible approach to training than traditional soldiers, and can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion. They will adapt to follow your choices, Commander.
Sweet. So, what you learn about this is that instead of the top-down with the branching paths, Elena can, and other newer soldiers from War of the Chosen, I believe, can do this wide-open approach. And it's still gated by rank, but, for example, right here, under Corporal, we can get Remote Start, which says detonate an environment explosive, and you can make it deal twice its normal radius of damage, and it doesn't reveal the Reaper. Blood Trail, shots deal +1 damage if the target has been wounded this turn, and Kill Zone, which says take a reaction shot against any enemy that moves within a cone of fire. All of these abilities are nice, but what's interesting is you look at, see, these cost what ability points to purchase, and it's not like you get 1 per rank. What it means is I have 10 ability points in the upper right, and my total pool, this is what I was talking about before, we have 4 just as a group that we can share, and then Elena has 10 herself. So I could use from the pool to buy something and use hers if I wanted to, but I'm going to just not buy anything right now, because if I want to get something in the Sergeant category, I'm going to need ability points, and if I spend all my ability points here, I might not have enough. You aren't guaranteed to get enough ability points to purchase something every rank, and you can skip, and like instead of buying anything at Corporal, I could buy 2 Sergeants, for example. So these are okay. I don't really use the Claymore a lot, but if you use it, go for it. Buy this. You know, +1 damage if the target has been wounded this turn. That's actually pretty good. Now, you would have to kind of like see if it's been hit, but this just makes her do more damage, so on second thought, I will buy this. And it says you can't refund ability points without special training, which we'll get in a moment. Are you sure you want to use this? Yeah. So this will just help us take something down, focus fire, and alright, I'm going to just push escape to go back, push escape again, and we're going to go to Angela. And Angela here is ready to rock. And we can go into Promote Soldier. And now you see she's a traditional sniper, so she's got the right or left path that you're going to be more accustomed to. So do we want to do Long Watch or Return Fire? So with a sniper, you can take the Gunslinger which is like you use your pistol more, or the sniper, which is, use your sniper rifle more. And they're both really good. So long watch means you can trigger overwatch with squad sight, and return fire says when targeted by enemy fire, you automatically fire back with your pistol once per turn. So again, there's pros to both of these, but this means like squad sight is if my ally can see something and I could conceivably take a shot at it, even if it's not where I could see it, I could see through their eyes and take a shot with long watch. This helps out so much with the sniper so you don't have to move them. And I would like a sniper, so I'm going to go on this side. But I do also like taking gunslingers quite a bit. Okay, we're going to go to the next soldier. And this is Cynthia Brooks, and she has leveled up as well. But she's hurt, so she's not going to get to go in the next mission. But if you look, I could take blast padding or shredder, and there's demolitions or heavy gunner. So blast padding says your gear includes a layer of extra padding, granting a bonus point of armor and 66% less damage from explosive attacks. So I like this because it gives you a point of armor, just makes this unit more durable. Shredder means that your cannon attacks shred armor. So if you're using the machine gun, you go through armor, which is very, very good against armored units. But I'll take the defensive blast padding. I like demolitions quite a bit. And then this guy did not level up. This dude did. And again, we have our two snipers. And just for purposes of demonstration, I will make him a gunslinger. Now, you don't have to. You can still make somebody a gunslinger, but pick stuff from the sniper side if you want. And then bounce back and forth. Make something more in the middle. And we got another grenadier. So, fantastic. No choices. He just became specialized. And we're going to go back again. And everybody is now leveled up. Okay. So, at this point, I'm going to push 1 and go to the geoscape. Oh, what's this? It's a chosen cutscene.
It would be so easy. Good to see you, sister. Miscreants, restrain yourselves, lest you be restrained. No, the three of us, called upon together. Something has changed. On that, we are agreed. The battlefield has shifted. Our masters have need of us once more. Sounds to me like they're afraid. You dare defile this place with your wretched tongue? Oh, I dare. Our children. Each of you possess our strength. Each of you possess our wisdom. Of all our creations, you are truly blessed. Your charge was a simple one. The subjugation of those who would see our grand design falter. We have been pleased until now. Our greatest asset has been lost, stolen from us, while our strongest did nothing. We are disappointed. Thought you were the strongest. You have walked among the humans for too long. You have been corrupted. You can be reclaimed. Yet perhaps you may also be redeemed. Perhaps you all may be redeemed. A greater battle lies ahead.
All right, then.
Commander, we've just made contact with a new faction of the Resistance known as the Reapers.
Reapers.
They're an elusive bunch, but this is their headquarters. We can scan at this location now to start benefiting from our newfound cooperation.
So this is the commander. Dragonova spoke highly of you and the rest of your team. Trust me, that does not happen often. You are all welcome here. I will admit I had some concerns with this alliance of yours, but from what I hear, this skirmisher, Mox, was captured protecting one of my own. Reapers have long memories, Commander. We will honor our end of the deal. Volk, out.
All right, so we've located a Resistance faction, and it's now our job to do some covert actions. Of those, we can hunt the Chosen Assassin, rescue Praetor Mox, increase income, and gather supplies.
Could prove your undoing, Commander. If you would seek a fight with me, I hope you are truly ready to match my skills.
So we got to take her down, the Wraith Demon. Now, what this means is in different regions of the game, you will be pursued by the different Chosen. You saw there's 3 of them. There's her, who's the kind of close quarters assassin. There's the long-range sniper guy with the gun, and there's the psionicist, mental magician. And depending on where you are on the map, they might invade your mission. So here's our choices. We can go to the Reaper's headquarters and gain intelligence. We can go to the landmark and perhaps get an engineer. And we can go to the black site when we're ready, but we don't have that area until we get Resistance communications. So I have 1 engineer and I have 1 scientist. I need more. This is the way I see it. So instead of intelligence, you can see I have 114 intelligence. I'm actually going to move myself over here and work on this site. And I'm going to just sit here, click on this, let time pass. There we go.
Our results have exceeded expectations.
So Tigan is done with the Resistance communications, and we can assign new research. So we have a new facility available, which is the Resistance comms, which we need to build.
Commander, the science team has grown particularly interested in this field of research. So much so that their inspiration could lead to vast improvements in our research efficiency. However, we must act fast. Despite their brilliance, they are a fickle group.
So we'll say accept, and then you can see Advent Officer Autopsy is important, but magnetic weapons are inspired. They're 17 days, and we'll lose the inspiration if we wait. Now, of course, the more time that we go, we'll get more scientists, things will become easier, but magnetic weapons are really nice. We wouldn't be able to build a lot necessarily at the beginning, but you don't have to dive into this too quickly. You don't have to do this quest thing right away, and I'm going to just act on the inspiration. And we have 1 scientist, but we'll try to get more.
Advent has made steady progress.
Tigan just sent word. The new Resistance communications network is fully operational.
Great.
Now we just have to spread the word.
Spread the word. Communication systems are online. Oh, okay, they give us the facility, or they build it immediately, which is great. We can now make contact with the Resistance in New India, okay? And we can now make contact, finally, with New Arctic, which will allow us to go up there and do this.
Established a link. We can use our intel resources to make contact with the local Resistance cell in this region. Aside from getting us into the black site, our access to supplies should improve now that we've expanded our reach.
So you get more money, the more contacts you have. I'm going to make contact here.
Not wallow in defeat, for your meager forces stood little chance of ever besting a warrior of my talents.
And now, Somehow she gets our cell phone number and will not stop calling us. It's not great, but it gives us extra incentive to take her down. Now, in the upper right, you'll see that now the new category has appeared, contacts 1 out of 3. So this means currently with the facilities we have, we can support 3 contacts. And I'm going to make contact with...
After we pay the initial intel cost to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region.
So what this means is, if you want to do this, if you want to make contact with New Arctic in this zone, be able to do this black site, you need 30 intel, and you need 5 to 7 days. I'm actually going to click cancel because I want to finish scanning this landmark right here and see what we can get. And now we get an engineer and we say, okay, great. And she's here. And now I'm going to go make contact. So you see our 114 intel went down to 84. And we're going to move over here. And I'm going to start scanning. But I'm going to...
Commander, using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some time to scan for their exact position, though.
No problem. This is great. So what I'm going to do is go back to our... push escape and just go back into our base. And we have an extra engineer. You can see we have 2 engineers now. So we're working on this, but since I have an engineer free, what I can do is start working on a room that I want to clear out.
Now that members of the resistance factions have joined us on the Avenger, I thought you might want an area where you can meet to organize and plan future operations together.
And we definitely want a resistance ring. This thing is awesome, but we have no space. So what I'm going to do is see which gives us the most stuff. So currently, you need to be able to clear out a room, you have to first clear out a adjacent room. So if I clear out this room that's right here, it will unlock access to this room, and this room. So I'm going to do this to get access, plus it gives 32 supplies and 12 alien alloys. So I'm going to assign an engineer, which is Soji Han right there, and we're going to click excavate. Now it'll take 20 days, but we can expedite that. You see there's an open engineer slot for this excavation, and once this gets done, we can pop that engineer in here to speed it up. So we're going to go back, we're going to push 1 on the geoscape, and we're just going to click making contact, 6 days, let this tick down. There it is. So new tactical and squad upgrades now available for purchase, new staff slot available, trains rookies as specific class, Susan Alexander now available. So we're going to view this room. So this room, besides having weights and treadmills and stuff, allows you to do some pretty amazing things, and let's figure out how to use it. So first, in the top part where it says open, soldier required, you can click on this and click any of your rookies, and then over time they will train specifically. So if I click on Ben Edwards, for example, he will undergo training at the school, studying to become a squaddie of a specific class, but you won't be able to use them for combat while they're doing this. So I'm just going to say yeah. And what do we want? Well, I have 2 grenadiers, I have 2 sharpshooters. Let's get us another ranger. I'm going to say begin training. So he's going to start training as a ranger, and you can pick whatever you want. If you want all heavies or all snipers or whatever, you can do that. If you're missing something, you want to fill a gap, go for that. Now, down here, you can click this button that says New Combat Tactics, and this is what we want immediately, which is squad size 1. This is why we build this first, so we can improve our squad size, but we need a sergeant, somebody of sergeant rank to get that, which we don't have yet. Now, I'm going to push escape, so we have to go on some missions to get people ranked up. I'm going to click on clearing alien machinery. I'm going to click on this open slot, and I'm going to put Susan Alexander here, and she will make this tick down. If I push escape, you'll see that now this is only going to take 10 days. So we've cut it in half by giving it an extra engineer. I'm going to push 1, go back to the geoscape, and we're going to scan. You see Corporal Owen Green has recovered from their wounds.
Incoming message for you, Commander.
All right.
Patching it through to your quarters now.
Patch it.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
So, in the previous game, you would get like a grade each month or whatever, and this you don't really get a grade, but you can tell he lists like the positive things that you've done and then the bad things that the aliens have done, and he weighs these and helps determine how much money you get. So we are doing great. Super happy. We got 150 supplies, so we say awesome.
Chosen are a tough group to infiltrate, but we've managed to gather intel on their latest actions and have a rough idea of how close each is to reaching their ultimate goal of locating the Avenger.
So the Chosen are trying to find us, and while they're doing that, you can see they have 3 random actions that they do for a period of time. And one of these we know that they're going to be cracking down on the resistance and lowering our income, which is unfortunate. And then we don't know what these are, but you can spend intelligence to try to figure these out.
Intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that threaten our ability to stop the Avatar project. We can conduct guerrilla operations to disrupt one of these efforts, but we'll have to choose carefully. We don't have the resources to intercede everywhere.
So we get to pick one of these that we don't want. So Cypher says the aliens increase the strength of their encryption, increasing all intel costs by 100%, or return fire says missed shots on Advent officers and priests will trigger return fire. I do not want return fire. So I'm going to say please stop this one because this Cypher, we can live, we can do without that one. So we'll say continue.
The factions have pledged their support to XCOM.
Great.
And they're ready to carry out your orders.
Fantastic.
As our influence with these groups increases, our capabilities will grow in kind.
Makes sense. All right, so
Things are going so well. Sounds like my Reapers can take on some new orders.
So we learned a new order which we can assign to our covert ops, which is that covert actions cannot be ambushed. So these cards you get from different factions, from doing certain things, and you can slot these in each month when doing covert actions. And this just gives you +1 contacts, so you know how we only have 3 cap right now. For contacts, this would give us +1. So in this screen, you get to basically put some orders, and we cannot give the Reapers an order because we don't have the ring and we don't have enough influence with them. But we can pick one of these for the month, and you can only choose these each month. And I'm going to go ahead and just boost our resistance contact maximum because we don't even have covert options at the moment. So I'm going to just grab this and drop it under the dude. That's where you want it to be because he will give you 1 free slot, and you can boost these up and get more cards, and we will say continue.
Commander, we'll need to send our own soldiers out to work with the resistance factions to complete these covert actions.
Right.
They'll be gone for a few days, but this will help us build influence with the resistance while generating material support.
Oh, maybe they let you do these without the ring. Let me see. Yeah, never mind. You totally can do it without the ring. The ring maybe just helps these. Anyway, so it's been a while since I started from ground zero. I thought you had to build that facility before you could do covert actions, but you don't. So what are covert actions? It's like he said. It always reminds me in Final Fantasy Tactics, the original, where like you would send people away on a mission and you couldn't do anything with them, and it was kind of random what happened. This is the same thing. You're going to have to send people away on this mission. You can't use them while they're on it, but you don't get to take direct control of this. However, you get to see a preview of what the results might be. So, of these options, I can work with the Reapers, and I can hunt down the Chosen Assassin, which is to try to find her if we want to like go fight her. But I really don't want to do that at the moment. And I want to learn about trying to rescue Praetor Mox. So we need to figure out where he is. And what's cool about this is if you complete this, you will unlock a mission to rescue the soldier. If you complete this...
operation is going to require some field experience, Commander. We'll need to send one of our vets to lead the effort.
Well, this one is actually good because it gives us new resistance orders and covert actions. So, Fredo Mox will be there. And I kind of like the idea of this. Now, however, we can't send 2 people because you need a sergeant. So, let's go ahead and do this one. Yeah. So, when you choose a soldier to be part of this, what's neat is you see that they get... This soldier that we put in this slot will get aim +4. So that's great. Now, I can select any of my team to do this. I could even select somebody that I like using. But what I do a lot is I just use rookies because I don't care as much. And aim +4 is great. They could become better later. And I'm going to choose 2. And usually the more that you send, the greater your chances of victory are. So I'm going to send both of these. Now it says it doesn't look like there's any threat of them getting hurt on this mission. So I'm going to send both of these, and you can just choose whoever you want, and then you say confirm action. And we're going to get the mission to rescue Mox, and we're going to begin this.
Don't worry, Commander.
Commander, the Resistance has a hidden cache of resources stashed outside of Advent's reach. But that means we'll have to fly over and scan the area if we want to recover this stuff for ourselves.
So everything is harder in this game. Unfortunately, you don't just get a direct wire transfer. They drop these things off, and you have to go pick it up. So the money that we got from, our bald contact, we need to go scan. But we're going to ignore it because we're just going to finish making contact right here. Now, most of the time, these missions will stay here. So if I left this counter would still be here at 2 days, and I could come back and resume it. But I'm going to go ahead and just click on this.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
That's right.
Pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system-
signal coming from the Advent network tower. It's global. Sir, I think you want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved.
Multiple radar contacts on approach
Uh-oh.
to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end. Even as I speak to you today,
Got incoming on approach.
Your signal's breaking up.
outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there.
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
So how about that? So these people were trying to hide and resist, and now the baddies are in. And, well, there's things like that.
Commander, we have a squad ready to move on the Resistance Haven currently under siege by the aliens. Give the word and we'll move out.
So this is a emergency communication, and we need to view the site.
Our next operation will put us right in the middle of chosen territory, Commander. There's a good chance they'll show up to interfere, so we should plan accordingly.
And this is where we need to go. So we have to stop everything we're doing and go take care of this. So we'll click confirm.
Setting course for East Asia.
And move out. And now that we're here, we get to pick a team. Remember, we're still only at 4, but luckily most of our people have healed. So we have a sniper, we have Kelly, who is our ranger, and we have a specialist and a reaper. This is a good mixed group. I like it very much. And what we need to do here is outfit everyone, make sure they've got the right kind of equipment, but they do. This is as good as we can do. Awesome. So what we're going to do is go ahead and take care of this mission, and we will get into that in the next episode. Everyone, we're doing beautifully. We're expanding our base. We're learning. There's so many different systems in this game, and we're getting access to all of them. Covert missions, the communications network. We built the training room, the guerrilla ops, so that we can train our soldiers more specifically, and everything is building up and getting more intense and more complicated, and we're going to have to keep unpacking these things so that you'll feel comfortable with the game, and we'll continue this series to do that. I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.